Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to talk about something I spoke of in my last video for Kingdom Hearts is the consistency and the power scaling in Kingdom Hearts 3. So the thing here is that I don't believe the power scaling for Sora and, well, Master Xehanort, Xemnas, are really any issue in Kingdom Hearts, even Ansem. I think these characters here, these four, have the best development when it comes to their abilities. But for the rest of the characters in Kingdom Hearts, except for Riku's fine. It's very inconsistent. So I see a lot of people saying that Sora is not the strongest character in Kingdom Hearts. Yes, he is. I'm sorry to tell you that. And I know a lot of people would be very offended about me saying that, but I actually have evidence to prove that fact. Well, if we talk about Kingdom Hearts, Kingdom Hearts 3 and the DLC that came with it, which is Remind, the thing here is that remember the 13 figures, or the 13 armored Xehanorts that were fighting Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Well, Sora, Donald, and Goofy were able to defeat all 13 of them. In Remind, all of the the allies that Sora has, such as Riku, Roxas, Aqua, Terra, Axel, Ventus, Shion, Mickey, all of them, they had to work together to be able to take down multiple of them. All of them had to work together, and at the end of the day, the shield wasn't strong enough to stop all of the attacks hitting them at once and sending them through keyholes. Now, I know a lot of people could say, well, what does that mean? Why does that even matter? It's because it proves that Sora on his own was strong enough to defeat all of the 13 members with Donald and Goofy. And with all of the other members down here, they were not able to. Now, that's pretty interesting for me because that proves that Sora's the most powerful character in Kingdom Hearts. I don't think any other character down here could beat Master Xehanort. I just don't believe so. And I know a lot of people could say, well, how is that not possible? Well, Master Xehanort manipulated everybody. And it said itself that the Keyblade, or the X-Blade, is the most powerful Keyblade in the verse of Kingdom Hearts. Now, Nomura has said a lot of things about how Xemnas is the strongest being that Sora will ever fight in Kingdom Hearts, but that was back when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, and I know that statement has probably been, debunked now from him adding all these other characters. But the thing here is that I don't think any of the characters down here could beat Xemnas anyway. Nomura even said himself that Roxas at full potential couldn't even beat base Xemnas. And that's where the power scaling becomes very wonky in Kingdom Hearts, because his old statements has changed many of the character development for the suspense in Kingdom Hearts. It feels as if that characters just gain power just to make it seem more cool. Now, I know Shion and Axel were there to help them take down Xemnas, but technically, would that have been enough for them to fight him with Saïx literally working with him? No. And that's the problem here. That's just a huge issue and inconsistency that has always happened in the Kingdom Hearts universe since Dream Drop Distance. Now, I'm going to give Nomura a lot of credit. I do believe now that Sora is probably the strongest character in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, due to the fact that, well, please tell me, Sora did lose after Terranort was defeated, but that felt rushed. Also, that scene in Kingdom Hearts really didn't need to happen for all of everyone dying and Sora giving up. That's not really something Sora's character would do. And also, the thing here is that Sora didn't even have to go through all of that. Because if you're telling me that all of those Heartless on their own were able to do all of that damage to Sora's team, that's a problem. And if you're telling me that Terranor on his own can beat Sora, that's a problem with power scaling in Kingdom Hearts. Because Terranor on his own was able to defeat most of the members, but then Sora on his own was able to defeat Master Xehanort. Now, I did get a comment a long time ago saying that it was because Master Xehanort and Sora, when they were fighting, Master Xehanort was old, so probably stamina issues, which I could agree with that. Age could probably cause that as an issue, but there's still a problem here with that scaling, because Saïx attacked Kairi, Sora, and Axel and knocked Sora and Kairi back, and took down Axel in almost one swing, which is another inconsistency with the power scaling, because Sora shouldn't have been able to be knocked back by Saïx, and Roxas coming down being invincible the entire fight against Saïx breaks the power scaling of Sora, because Roxas is 50% of Sora's power, which destroys the, like I've always said, suspense, because it doesn't make sense for many of the things that happen in the Kingdom Hearts games. Now, I want to say something here. I know it's a game, so technically they make Sora not invincible because it wouldn't be fun. Now, that also could be a factor into all of it. And also, it's a video game. What person would want to play a game where the characters would be, your character's invincible? Well, the thing here is that it's not that Sora's invincible to the point where I want him to be overpowered. It's just that Nomura made him that way. And I know a lot of people could say, well, that's not fair for how someone, you can't tell someone how to make their character. I'm not telling Nomura how to make his character. I'm saying that it creates an imbalance for many of the factors that are coming in the future for Kingdom Hearts. Nomura has hyped up Xehanort so much in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, saying he's the strongest Keyblade wielder, the strongest Keyblade master. There aren't any other Keyblade wielders out there that can stand up to him. Well, the thing here is that if that's true and Sora beat him, what about all of the other characters down here? What about every other character here and all the other things here? They don't matter. And do you want to know why? It's because I'm just saying what Nomura's statements are. Now, Nomura can always change his statements and say that, oh, well, Xehanort was the strongest in his world, in the Kingdom Hearts world. And where Sora is now, there's a difference in the balance of scaling when it comes to power. Well, I want to say something here. And I want to say this very well to everybody. Sora loses his power every game because of how strong he is. Do you all remember how strong Sora was in Kingdom Hearts 2? Some people complained that Sora was so overpowered in Kingdom Hearts 2 that it made the game too easy. That's Sora's strength. That's all of him on his own. He doesn't need anyone else to be there with him to win, and that's what ruins the suspense. That's what ruins the scaling. That's what ruins other characters' development. Because let me explain something here. It's like the Superman effect. Sora is like Superman. If any of you watch Justice League, none of the other members of the Justice League were able to take down Steppenwolf. And the problem here is that when Superman came in and was defeating Steppenwolf all on his own and doing everything all on his own, that ruins the suspense and also ruins all of the other character development that every other character gained. Now, I'm not talking about the organization. The Organization 13 did their job. They did their part. And in the data battles, we got to see their full potential and full power, which is pretty cool. Now, I know a lot of people would say, well, Aqua is very powerful. And I do agree that Aqua is very powerful. But Sora's more powerful than Aqua. Anti-Aqua, Sora took down Anti-Aqua all on his own, which is a stronger variant of Aqua. So I don't understand that quote that people bring up all the time of others saying, oh, well, Anti-Aqua's able to do all of these things. Anti-Aqua's just using Aqua's power at its max potential, and Sora is able to deal with that on his own. He was able to win against Anti-Aqua all on his own. So that And Riku wasn't able to, which shows you the power gap between them. And others could say, well, Riku is a lot stronger than you say he is. And Riku is a very powerful character in Kingdom Hearts. But what ruins his consistency is that Riku wasn't able to take down Replica Riku and Zigbar on his own in that fight when they were fighting, when he was fighting against them in the maze. Now, I know a lot of people could say Ansem was there, but Ansem was just standing there enjoying the fight. He was just enjoying watching the fight. But that's the point of it all. Sora was able to defeat 13 replicas of all of the organization members on his own, compared to what Riku was able to do against just 2 of the organization members, because Ansem wasn't really doing much of anything. And a lot of people could say, well, that's not fair to us that believe that these characters do really have a purpose. And they do. Aqua's going to be training Kairi. But guess what? That's not going to really do much of anything for Kairi. Kairi's character has just faded. And I really like Kairi as a character, but what could Nomura really do to make her character any better? I just don't know. We're so far in the series and much hasn't really changed. And I know a lot of people could say I'm making a hate video, but I'm not. I really, really love this franchise. And I want people to, agree with me that the scaling and character development for most of these characters just don't matter anymore because, well, it's the Superman effect. Sora is literally Superman, and I love Sora. Sora is a great character. I never want him to change. But the thing here is that I didn't want him to become something that was too overwhelming for everything else. Because let's explain something here. If Nomura makes a character stronger than Sora, then what other character can win against him? Master Xehanort's gone, Ansem's gone, Xemnas is gone. You can't say these 3. They're gone, which means you can't even axe the villains. There's nothing you could do about that. Riku isn't as strong as Sora. Yes, he has the title of Master, but Sora did more than Riku could ever do in Kingdom Hearts because of Kingdom Hearts 3, just overpowering Sora's great potential. Roxas is only 50% of Sora's power. Aqua, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Now, we can talk about Terra. I'll probably make a video on Terra on his own, because Terra's consistency in the game when he was controlled by Xehanort is a little weird, due to the fact that when he's controlled by Xehanort, he's really powerful, but as Lingering Will, he's really powerful, but people say they're 2 different types of characters from each other. And also, well, the potential from Terranort is now technically kind of gone because, well, the Guardian was Terranort's one of his strongest assets, and he can't really use that anymore, so I don't know how that would work. You have to figure that out. And for the others down here, Xion, Ventus, Axel, Kairi. I don't know what they're going to do with Kairi. Axel's getting better. Ventus just needs a little bit more training. And Xion, I don't know what Nomura's going to do with her either. Her data battle was sick. And the data battles were the true potential of the organization members. And if that's really how strong Xion is, well, holy crap, I could move her all the way up here. But the problem here is that Xion's personality kind of holds back her potential. So I don't really want to force any type of hope in the future of Xion actually being a main importance. So let's just hold out on that. But the thing here is that a lot of people underplay Sora's power in Kingdom Hearts because of what they've seen in other games. But I want you to understand that that doesn't matter anymore. Because we're now in Phase 2. All of Phase 1 is over, and Kingdom Hearts 3 and Remind has shown how powerful Sora can become. And even in Melody of Memories, he beat Xehanort one-on-one again in Melody of Memories. And Nomura has stated that Xehanort is the strongest Keyblade master in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, which means I don't know how Nomura will up the stakes to the point where the game actually still has more heart-to-heart feeling from player to character. But we will see in the future, and I'm really hoping that we will find a way that it could happen. So thank you all for watching. I'll be making another video probably on other characters and some more theories for the future. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.